G'day folks, welcome back to the Real Masters Retro Room. It's Friday night and June 26th and the heater's going because it's bloody cold tonight, and I've got a couple of new things to show you tonight. My HD camera is fully charged, and the first one of course is Jaws 2. This is the original Australian Daybill. Excuse me, I'm tired, I've been working all day. Jaws 2, original Australian Daybill, extremely good condition. The paper is still very crisp, only a very faint fold line. I got that off eBay for 65 bucks. I know it probably sounds like a little bit of money, but when you consider that this is from 1978, you have to, or whenever they printed them at the time, they're all done by Maps, all done by this mob right here, Maps Litho. So I don't know if it's 78, 79, 80, depending on obviously when. It could be an original 78 print for a cinema. So I know it came from an old cinema that's closed down. But to have something of that age, in that condition, even if it's from 80, I mean, it's freaking ancient. I mean, really, there's not a repo or anything, not a reproduction or anything like that. It's an original. You have to admit, that's pretty cool. I'm freaking stoked with it. So, that's that. The other addition to the retro room is not anything retro. It's actually a brand new Unicorn Eclipse HD professional dartboard. Back in the 90s, probably 91 to 95, maybe a bit later, I can't remember exactly, I had a dartboard. Wasn't as good as this one. Love playing darts, and I never did it professionally or even with a club or anything like that, but I enjoyed it. And recently I've been watching some professional darts on Foxtel. Like, there was the World Cup of Darts final between England and Scotland, which England eventually won, which sucks because I'm Scottish, my Scottish heritage. So I watched that. I also watched the Premier League final. Gary Anderson won that one. And I've just got my passion for darts has come back, and I've just, thought, bugger it, let's get a dartboard. It cost me $100. I know it's a bit of money, but it is exactly the same board as they use on a lot of the professional competitions. The Japanese Tokyo Masters of Darts is coming up this weekend. I'm going to record that off Foxtel. And these are some Harrow's semi-professional darts made in England. It's a good start. I like them because of the colour scheme, and I just love darts. I'm left-handed and right-handed, not bad shot, but I just love darts. I mean, it's hard. Oh, look at that! It's hard at times. It's frustrating at times, but nearly got the ball. But it is a lot of fun. I've been practicing probably for about an hour a night. But yeah, I love it. And this is the only place I had left in the room basically where I could put a dartboard without pulling down posters and moving shit around. So I was like, bang, right there. Yeah, so that's basically that. And tonight what I'm doing is I've been watching a bit of the footy, and also I'm playing Green Beret on my Xbox original. My classic Xbox console has 15,000 games, including 3,186 original MAME arcade emulators, emulator games on there. So basically the original ROMs for the arcade games basically all converted onto my Xbox. Some of you guys might know what that's all about. Basically what you do is you forget the disk drive in this thing, you put a hard disk drive in there. Mine's about 120 gig. It's got all the Sega Master System, Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, Wonder Swan, MSX computer, Atari emulators on there, Commodore 64. It's got and it's got 3,000 original arcade ROM games on it. So Green Beret, stuff like Gyrus, Galaga, Galaxian, Dig Dug, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Frogger, all that stuff from the early 80s, mid 80s, and Just absolutely love it. It's just a wonderful thing to have this thing. If you can't ever afford an arcade, this is the way to go. Get yourself one of these. They're cheap as now. Slap a hard disk drive in it. Get someone to get a mod chip for it and slap it in there. And you'll have a lot of fun. I've also got Namco 50th anniversary museum on there. So it's got some of the basically it's got pictures of the you load the game up and it's got like a room where you're in there and you've got all these original arcades and you're looking at them and you can push the button and it closes in on the screen there and then you play it. It's got Galaga 88 and Galaga 88 and a few other things, pole position, all that sort of stuff, so got all that sort of stuff and absolutely love it. So yeah, been doing that tonight basically. I'm still waiting for some of my VCRs to be repaired, but I'm thrilled to have my Jaws too. I had to move my Tentacles Daybill over to here. So here I've moved the Graveyard Shift Laserdisc cover to there. That's basically remained the same. Tentacles is down to there. Monster Squad is still there. Everything else is the same. And I'm just slowly but surely saving up. And what I'm going to be doing now, guys, is I'm going to be buying original and some brand new reproduction retro arcade game marquees. And what they are is basically when you have an arcade machine, on the very top above the screen you have about say this high, and it's about say a foot and a half wide. It has the name of the game on it with all the funny graphics. I'm going to get some Dig Dug, Frogger, Yaya Kung Fu, Green Beret, that sort of stuff, Donkey Kong, all that sort of stuff. The original marquees and some reproduction ones when I absolutely have to, because they're too expensive to get the originals, or the originals are all too worn out. And I'm going to cover my whole ceiling with the bloody things. And it might take probably 5-6 years or more to get this whole ceiling covered, maybe more. But I'm really going to do it because I can't afford an arcade machine right now. Even though I know Danny from Game Room Essentials, he can make me an arcade, do whatever on there. There's still about $1,000 to $2 grand for an arcade. $1,500 to about $4 grand for a Daytona or a pinball. They're just expensive. They're always in the 4-digit range. You can sort of get them in the high hundreds, but then you got to put stuff on it. And then you got to, and it's just a bit out of my sort of range right now. So I'm going to get the marquees instead and just cover this whole ceiling with marquees. And I'll put some around the walls as well, lower down. But we'll do that and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, everybody. All those guys that came back to my channel from many years ago, like Simon from Explosive Action, Account Without Rules. Anybody that watches my channel, I know I don't get a lot of watches, I don't get a huge amount of views. I don't care, I'm doing it. Oh boy, that's a terrible kick. Don't get a lot of views. I'll do what I can to improve it. Like I said, I'm not going to go get as crazy as some people I know in Seattle who spend money on lighting and 2 or 3 cameras and all sorts of fancy shit. This is just something for me to do quick for 5-10 minutes or so on a certain night when I've got the camera charged and I've got something to show, and that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be in front of the camera again very shortly. Take care. Catch you later.